Peace, family. Let us start with a very quick sort of pitch for Harlem Liberation School. Check it out.
We wake up, we clean up, and we stand up.
Peace and Black Power family. Your Harlem educator, author, and activist, the Black Liberation Coach, Brother IJ Taimba. You know we're filming live on location in that wonderful historical and political village of Harlem, New York City. I hope everyone's at peace. I hope everyone's working hard, dreaming big, and working bigger, family, and that you're working and strategizing with people that love and support you and believe in your particular vision or dream. You'd be surprised what we can accomplish with just some hard work, some focus, some strategizing, and working with like-minded people who have similar values. I hope that's where you are, family, because that's the only place we should be right now. I want to definitely thank all of you watching. I want to thank those who will watch the later recorded version. I think this will be recorded within about 5 minutes after the broadcast. We're going to go probably not much longer than 30 minutes. I promise to keep these things relatively short and sweet, family, because I know we got things to do and nobody want to be sitting up at a computer all day. I understand. Neither do I. Let's see if we have any people on. Let's see. We got Queen Brenda Hilaire, the Queen Bee in the building. She says Wukusu to the family. We say Wukusu back to her. Now, family, let us get a few things out of the way that are important. One thing I want to remind everyone is that if you look at the ticker on the bottom, Harlem Liberation School has a, I guess you could say, refurbished, if this was like a building, or revised or modified website. I think it's pretty cool. Has all the basic information, tells you who we are, what we're about, gives you a little history, and it tells you about upcoming events. So anytime you want to know that type of very critical information about Harlem Liberation School, you can go right to the website and you will see that scrolling on the ticker right on the bottom. Okay. Also, and I'll be going back and forth between these messages on the bottom as the show goes. Also, family, there are many of you who love and support the work that I'm a part of, and I am most thankful and grateful. I do not have the story of not being supported. I've been supported all my life. Sometimes ways I didn't recognize at the time, but always was supported. Nothing without the people. So for those of you who choose to support in a monetary way, because many of you support me in a non-monetary way, we're going to get into that today on the show. You can do so at the following cash app that you see on the bottom, $ TRUSELF 143, and I thank you, of course, very much for that. Lastly, as a ticker on the bottom, you'll see that I have completed my most recent book. It's the first book I've written in 7 years. That's a long time. And it's my fifth book. It is entitled Leadership, Philosophy, Ethics, and Practice. You can purchase it most immediately on Amazon.com. You go to the book section, type in my name, and all the books will come right up. You can also purchase directly from me if, for instance, you live in a outside of New York State or city and you want me to sign the book, then you have to hit me up personally and we can arrange that, family. So what you do with that is email me at TrueSelf, TRUSELF143 @gmail.com, or hit me up on the inbox on Facebook, or on Harlem Liberation School on Facebook, or Black Liberation University on Facebook. All right. And I see we got Brother Mark McPhee in the building. Queen B says Wakusu. Brother Mark McPhee says peace and blessings. We welcome them. We welcome all of you watching. And we're just thankful to be here, family, to be able to broadcast, quite honestly. Now, let's get into it, family. All right? To the actual crux of the show. And the crux of the show, family, is that money is not the only way to contribute to the Black liberation movement. Okay? It is not. And you may think that this is not important. And I would argue and challenge you on that. That this is a very important topic. I'm going to go through it quickly. Stay with me, family. We're going to go fast, okay? Um, Let me just remove this one thing that is kind of getting in the way on the bottom. All right. There are some people, family, in our community, and they're not bad. Let me just say, I don't think or operate on the basis of these simplistic binaries. You're good or bad. You're helpful or you're not. It's life is is a little more complicated than that, right? People are not necessarily like you see in the movies, like villains or heroes. Usually, we're kind of a mixture of both, depending on what day you catch us on and what we're going through in our lives. Some of us are probably more heroic or heroic than others. Some of us are probably more villainous than others. But generally, most people are kind of somewhere in the mid range. Sometimes, if called upon, they'll do something great and heroic. Many times they won't. Most people are probably a little bit more self-absorbed in their own particular bubble of what's going on in their world and life. And there's a few people who kind of are able to think outside of just what's going on in their lives and impact other people's lives. Okay, so we know that. So it's not that simplistic. But there are people in the community who, for whatever reason, think that the only way to contribute to our movement of liberation, or the most important way to contribute to our movement of liberation, is to dole out money. This may be in the form of donating to your organization. It might be in the form of giving a love offering at the church or the organization. Whatever it is, the envelope, hey, man, this is for what you're doing. Hitting you up on your cash app, things of this nature. Now, there's a few problems with that. Number one, it's not true. Anytime we're teaching something or basing our lives on something that is not fundamentally true, we have a problem. It means we're living based on a mistruth or a lie. It means that our lives are, to some degree, are compromised on the basis of something we believe in that is not true, right? Stevie Wonder told us, when you believe in things you don't understand, then you suffer, right? And it's the same way with this. So let's give this a little bit of thought. Number one, if you believe that, there's an implication. The implication is that people who don't give money to this or that group, this or that project, this or that community initiative, are not being supportive. This is really unfortunate, because what that serves to do is make people who maybe don't have the money to donate to your project or your organization or your initiative, it can make them feel like they're useless. It can make them feel like they have nothing to contribute. And certainly in a context in which we're working so hard to get people to come out and support, right, and to engage them and to raise their sense of somebodyness, it is very demoralizing for someone to feel that they actually have nothing to contribute because they got laid off, because they don't have a traditional job, right? That's very dangerous to our organizations. And it's dangerous to people's psyche. We never want to promote something that unnecessarily makes people feel bad or like they don't belong or can't contribute. All right. I want to challenge that, and I want to give you some suggestions. I want to widen your view. If you're one of these people who thinks that way, I want to kind of broaden your view. All right. And gave you the problem with that thinking. Let's kind of talk about some non-monetary ways that we can contribute. And mind you, I'm not telling you where you contribute, what you contribute. This could be to a spiritual center like a church or mosque or temple. It could be to, like I said, an organizational community initiative. Whatever it is that you want to play a part in, right? So let's go through some of these. Number one, you can donate services. I know of plenty of situations in which black barbers or black hairstylists have started their own organizations, or they've supported another organization. It's on the news all the time, and they'll say, we're going to do haircuts, right? They didn't give you any money. They're in the business. They're trying to make money themselves, right? They're in the for-profit business trying to make money. But how they support your organization is they donate a service. And why is that important? Because that service will be something that people in the community value, right? People might not always value a particular political line or ideology, but they like to look nice. I like to get my beard trimmed. The queen trimmed my beard. Isn't that nice? Right? People like to look nice. People like to be groomed, and there is nothing wrong with that. All right. And so here you have a barbershop that said, look, on this Saturday from this time to this time, to help bring people out to your organization who may eventually donate money, we're going to provide this service. You're trying to reach young people, so they say, we're going to do this for young people. You're trying to reach elders, they're going to do haircuts for elders, or they're going to do manicures, pedicures for elders. So that's how that works. Our services. Somebody may say, you know what? I'll come, and let's say, and mind you, the service is relative to the person's business, obviously. So if the person does grooming, they're going to donate grooming to your organization. If the person does public speaking, they'll come and they'll speak. And normally they would charge people for speaking. But for you, they're donating what? Their service, what they do, right? What they do for a living to make money. So I hope I'm helping you see you don't always have to go in your pocket to support the people and the movement. You can donate your service. And I gave you a few ways to do that. Also, family, you can promote other people's business, organization, community initiative, electoral campaign. I mean, we can go on and on. What do we mean by promotion or promoting someone? It simply means that if somebody, let's say, is doing a fundraiser, they're selling dinners. They're, of course, selling these dinners at maybe $100 a plate because the point is to raise money. So they need as many people as possible to come to the Alhambra Ballroom, let's say, on 125th and buy these $100 plate dinners. Well, how are they going to notify the community that this is happening, when it's happening, and where it's happening so they can come out and support? They're going to promote it. What I have found is that quite a few of us maybe don't appreciate the importance of proper promotion. That every business you see that has a product or service, they don't just think because they made the product or service, you're going to go support it. They're not naive. They know if they're going to get your money, they got to work for that money, right? So they're going to have commercials. They're going to have some of them have billboards, the old school billboards, the new school billboards that change, that are electronic and digital. They're going to have radio commercials, television commercials, internet commercials. Some people are even slick enough, family, where when your kid is playing on their game, commercials come up on the game. I mean, they advertise. That's what we mean by promote. You're letting the community know that you exist, that what your cause is, that it's a worthy cause, that you need their support, and ways in which they can support you. So speaking for myself, one of the things I've done over the years is have people on the show. I didn't give them money in my pocket, but I might have had them on the show to talk about their particular community initiative or program. Why? Because the point is, let's say if in a month's time, 1,000 of you have watched that show. That's 1,000 people that may not have known that this person or organization even existed, right? Out of that 1,000 people, maybe 200 people donate money. Maybe another 50 people start following them on social media. And maybe other people donate their services, one of the ways we just talked about. So promotion is a very important way to contribute to the Black Liberation Movement. Simply promoting your friends and family members, your lovers, your children, whoever, that are doing something positive and progressive and empowering for our people is a major contribution. And those of you who are wise understand, you hear me say this, that sometimes promotion is worth more than money, right? So again, we're giving people some different ways to look at this. Now, let me see. Well, we got some people on. We got my brother Corbina in the building. He's saying he's listening, he's watching. Very good, brother. This brother here does tremendous work. And I've actually had him on the show, and he's actually had me participate in the 50th anniversary of the Gary Black Political Convention. So that's a kind of our way of helping each other, promote each other and our ideas and our work, right? I got Mark McPhee. He's chiming in. He says that one of the Circle of Brothers in his organization called the Circle of Brothers, one of the brothers donated haircuts for boys going back to school. You see? So I'm glad people are helping me fill in. This is not just about money. And I want to add that when everything in our world is framed around money, we are sort of promulgating and propagating some of the worst aspects of capitalism, right? That everything's about money, and everything is not, family. Okay, so we want to get out of that kind of Eurocentric mindset. Brother Mark McPhee continues. He said often he doesn't have the money, but he's donated his time to various organizations. And in line with what I just said, Brother McPhee also has promoted Harlem Liberation School. He's promoted several other organizations and stuff like that. So he's definitely a living witness and testimony to what I'm talking about. And Queen Bee, Brenda Hilaire says, the one's time and energy often has greater value than a dollar. And that's absolutely right. And one's time and energy you cannot put a dollar sign on it, technically, right? So that's very important. All right, family, it seems like y'all are with me. That's an excellent, excellent thing. Got your attention. Let's continue. So we said donating services is a way to contribute, promoting their products, their ideas, their organization, their initiatives. Hold on. There's another one. Referrals. When you connect people, when you say, wait a minute, that idea you have is perfect, or that product you have is perfect. I know an organization that deals with all boys, and they could definitely use that product you have. So what I'm going to do is put you in touch with this person that runs this organization, who I know is going to love your product and will probably buy thousands of them. You've just made a referral. And in the white business world, referrals are priceless, because referrals you can't put a dollar sign on. That one referral, depending on who you connect to whom, might be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in terms of products of yours that people buy or free promotional exposure. So again, another way we can contribute to the Black liberation movement, organizations, initiatives, and individuals without spending a dime. Why is this important? Because some of us don't have a dime to spend with other people. Some people don't assume that everybody out here is just, sitting on millions of dollars or they hit the lotto, family. Some people are struggling to survive day by day. Some people, as a result of this epidemic, this COVID crisis, lost their jobs, refused to get vaccinated, were laid off, or just their business they work for dissolved, right? Because of no support from the community, no turnout. And now this person's without a job. So people are struggling to eat. People are struggling to pay their rent. So that they cannot necessarily go in their pocket and give you what they don't have for their own family. Because only a fool's going to give other people what they don't give their own household, correct? So you're going to always start at home. So try to be empathetic. Try to know that everybody doesn't have capital like that, but they may have human capital or intellectual capital or labor capital. That's what we're talking about. Oh, wait a minute. We got another one. Donating products to sell. So let's say, or to raffle. Let's say that I write these books. Carl Tone Jones does movies. Let's say that nephew Lowe's does t-shirts. And let's say that Brenda's organization, Sweet Transitions, is having this fundraiser. And part of the fundraiser, they figured it'd be interesting if they could have a raffle, which is always a good idea, family. Raffles go way, way back. Usually don't cost a lot of money. And because the raffle tickets are usually $1, if you're wise, then people are more likely to buy a bunch of tickets because the more tickets they have, the greater chance they have of winning the prizes, right? So one way that we could, or me, Carl, and Brother Lowe's can all contribute to her organization is simply we don't have money, but I may have 10 books on me. So I say, you know what? I donate these 10 books, my sister. She says, what do I have to pay? No, nothing. That's my donation. Take my product and sell it. Whatever you get, if you want to sell it, you can sell it. Whatever you charge for your fundraiser, that's on you. If you want to use it as a raffle prize, do that. Lowe's donates T-shirts. Carl donates copies of his movie Independence Day project. We've donated products that the other person or group can sell for whatever price they choose, or they can use as part of a raffle. But in any event, it's helping them to push their agenda forward, their community initiative, or to raise money. All right. So I don't want to belabor the point, but I just gave you 4 ways, I believe. Let's go over them quickly again, family. Donate your services. If you groom hair, you I don't know, you do public speaking. If you whatever your service is, you donate the service, and you do it your labor, in other words, for free, without expecting anything in return. You might promote people's ideas, their products, their initiative, their organization. You might connect people, refer people to other people, make those connections so people can do business, or they can build politically, or they could build with real estate, whatever. Donate products to sell. And I want to add on to this. Sometimes people donate real estate, family, not for the intention of you selling it, but so you have an office space. People have been known to benefit from, let's say, an elderly couple is downsizing and getting rid of a place, right? And they might be giving a brownstone away. Well, yeah, it happens. Believe it or not, it happens. People say, I'm going to donate this house, and they're looking for a worthy organization. And your organization might just be the recipient. So that's a way to contribute. They didn't give you money, but they gave you a real asset, right, in terms of a building or a house. So there's several ways to donate things like that. And I hope that everyone is with me on that. I think I see a comment. Hold on, family. Got Sister Sheila is in the building. Sister Sheila representing Brazil in the building, family. Helping to make Harlem Liberation School international. Peace, good sister. I hope you're well. She says peace and black power. We say it right back. Thank you for joining us again. Now, with all of that said, I have a special announcement, because what I want to do is take the theory that we just quickly went over and taught about and learned about and connect it, make it actionable, right? So it's not just I said something and it sounded good, but I'm going to show you how we can actually put that to task. Hold on 1 second, family. 1 second. I want to clear the screen. All right. All right, so what I want to do is make this announcement. I'm going to probably have it scroll down on the bottom of the screen. We are now at the part of the show where I'm going to talk about my special announcement to Black organizations. Now, I want to be clear. This is to Black nationalist, Pan-African, we're working for Black people organizations, right? And for Black businesses, depending on your business, right? I'm going to put this ticker on the bottom while I talk about it. I am donating my video editing services to Black nationalists and Pan-African organizations. And what I'm basically saying in saying that is that I will create a customized 1 to maybe 3 minute commercial or a public service announcement, for your organization or your business. The ones that contact me and say, Brother IJ, I would like to take advantage of that service that you're donating, right? Of course, for me to do this, you would have to give me some of the key ideas you want me to put it in this video, some video footage you want me to use, maybe some images you want me to use of your organization or business or product, right? Now, for those of you, I'll give you an example because I've started this already. I've done 5 videos really for certain organizations and also to help promote this movement of self-determination and Black nationhood, right? So I'm going to show you one so you can kind of see what it kind of could look like for you, you know. And let's check one out. Let's start that from the beginning.
The greatest injustice is done to my people is done by the way of infection. Killing us slowly, erasing our history, death by the way of deception. God, do you know? God, do you know what you are? God, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know? Goddess, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know what you are? God, do you know? God, do you know what you are? God, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know? Goddess, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know what you are? God, do you know? God, do you know what you are? God, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know? Goddess, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know what you are? We live in the midst of creation. Seen the beginning of time. We ruled over civilization until the devil took our mind. Stuck in the middle, stayed hoping for something to come and free us from this trap. The enemies constantly putting pressure up on us, hoping one day we snap. Tell me, do you know? We couldn't reach it from the universe. The only thing that can claim us is the Most High. The same thing that colors your skin is the same thing that darkens up the night sky. With an alpha and omega, the enemy's trying to stop it. Saying we came from the dust of this earth, but the dust that we came from was cosmic. Tell me, do you know? We're destined to rule and serve, not to be slaves, and we're not here to serve it. We're the most precious creation around here, not broke down and worthless. Lucky the life in our blood and our legacies built on our struggle. People never fought, we all stay strong in the times of our trouble. You know? Sometimes when I meditate, I like to elevate and gravitate with the stars. Center my focus, align in my energy. Walk with the gods and try to raise the bar. Get my mind charged up and try to eat false past the state that we in because we came too far. Then when I wake up, I go to my people and ask them in truth, do you know what you are? Tell me, do you know? God, do you know what you are? God, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know? Goddess, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know what you are? God, do you know? God, do you know what you are? God, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know? Goddess, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know what you are? God, do you know? God, do you know what you are? God, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know? Goddess, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know what you are? God, do you know? God, do you know what you are? God, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know? Goddess, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know what you are? Talk to him. So many lies have been told to all us in the name of confusion. Reality's fake and what we all see daily is just an illusion. To them we're just savages, piece of this earth only fit to be killed. Globally treated like garbage, just targets to kill off at will. Put us in chains, threw us in a boat and then they took us from our nation. Make sure we all stay divided and sleep from many generations. Put us in ghettos and make sure we all stay confined to the system. Even though you don't have bars in front of you, you still live in prison. Try to weaken our men and impregnate our women. The women who fight back get murdered. Then act all innocent when we rise up and want blood cause you heard her. Killing our children and use your agendas. I hate to erase all our seeds. How could you not expect us to want to destroy you and bring you to your knees? God, do you know what you are? God, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know? Goddess, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know what you are? God, do you know? God, do you know what you are? God, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know? Goddess, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know what you are? God, do you know? God, do you know what you are? God, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know? Goddess, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know what you are? God, do you know? God, do you know what you are? God, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know? Goddess, do you know what you are? Goddess, do you know what you are? Hey.
All right. So you notice that was one of the longer ones, but you notice that we're touching on this idea of self-determination and nationhood, nation building, showing you a bunch of stuff. So there's some very upbeat music. We got some text, we got some colors, we got some images and video. And at the end, we're telling you, making a call to action, go visit this website. In this case, it's telling you to go to Sister Elena Porter's Pendo Institute, her website, to learn more about how to learn more about this nation building movement, how you can be a part, and to learn some of the definitions and terms. But that could also easily be your particular business, highlighting your products to the community. That could easily be your grassroots campaign. That could easily be your fundraiser, or what have you. So again, as you see on the screen, I'm donating my video editing services to Black nationalist and Pan-African organizations and businesses. I'll create for you a customized 1 to 3 minute commercial or public service announcement based on the images and some of the key ideas that you want me to put in it. I'm doing this because I've already started. I already do it anyway, but I want to make a point to us that we have to think out the box. There's more than one way to support our organizations. I will not be giving you money, but if everything works right and you say, IJ, I want to take you up on that offer, please do a 1 to 3 minute commercial for my organization. I can almost guarantee you that it's going to help stimulate your recruitment efforts to get more people to your meetings and join your organization. It will most likely help stimulate the sale of more of your products and certainly promote your organizational ideas and initiatives. So family, I hope I made my point. I think I made it pretty clear. There's more than one way to support the Black Liberation Movement. It doesn't have to be with money. You can refer people, you can donate products, you can donate your services, right? All those different ways. So please take me up, family. All you got to do is hit me up on the inbox. Email me at truself143@gmail.com. Let's make it happen. I want to also just add as a quick sort of a kind of a summation. What I'm trying to say is that everything cannot be transactional in our liberation movement. We can't think like these rugged European capitalists. Like, what you gonna do for me? You're gonna scratch your back, you scratch mine. It can't always be quid pro quo, family. There are times that we're gonna have to volunteer our services, volunteer our labor to our people without any expectation of compensation or something back. And I can guarantee you, universal law dictates that when you give freely and your fist ain't always closed and your mind ain't always closed, you ain't just in your little bubble about what you doing, and you have the wherewithal to think of other people and how you can serve, it always comes back, family. That is a fact, right? And this is what I'm going to show and prove to you. And my hope is that you will take a cue from me and you will say, you know what, how can I donate some services, some products to help other people? This is what we have to do, family, because we're outnumbered in this country, we're outgunned, we're out-resourced. But if we work together cooperatively in this way and stop being so selfish and narrow-minded, family, we can get it popping and bubbling. All right? With that said, family, I will not keep you. I want to thank you for your time. And brother Clement, Dr. Vermont says, Hotep warrior and respect. Yes, sir. Self-determination is a must. Absolutely. That is right and exact. Family, I want to thank you for joining. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And please hit me up if you want me to do this for you, commercial or what have you, and see how you can help other brothers and sisters and organizations in your own way with your resources. Peace, Black Power, Wukusu, we will win. Thank you for watching, family.